This is the Fantasy Football Unlimited podcast with your host, Kevin Murray.
Now, I couldn't be more excited to announce the 2025 Commish of the Year. Now, the passion behind this contest, it's the role of the fantasy football commissioner. It's something that it's been near and dear to my heart. I love every aspect of this role and the impact that it can have. Everybody who loves fantasy football understands that. So many people love this great game. They love playing it. But the people that truly love it the most are the ones that get it, that understand it, the connections, the camaraderie that takes place in a fantasy football league. It supersedes the game, and it's truly what this is all about. The league experience, it impacts lives. It entertains people. It provides joy. It's the roller coaster, the excitement, the thrills, the down moments, the high moments, everything that encompasses this great game of fantasy football is truly impacted by the role of the commissioner. You know, the league can only go as far as the commissioner sets the tone for. And so to me, this is a truly special time to name a fantasy football commissioner of the year. Now, for me, again, my past goes back quite a bit when it comes to loving this game and trying to make my league special, trying to make my home league special, the experience unique, so that others can go to other leagues and share their stories and elevate their game. Because again, I want people to be connected, and this great game of fantasy football can go a lot further if leagues are raising the bar. Much like everyone in this contest that we'll talk about today is doing for their league. And it goes back years. You know, these people get it, and it's something that we love to celebrate. You know, it's celebrating and expanding the game of fantasy football to improve people's lives and experience is really what this is all about. You know, once upon a time, I was named Commissioner of the Year. It was a really special and impactful time. It really impacted, my trajectory and where I went with some of the things that I do. Fantasy Football Unlimited was created, to be a portal into the fantasy football industry through sharing fantasy football resources and providing a place where commissioners can go and find some inspiration and truly, again, celebrate the game of fantasy football. None of that would have happened if there wasn't a commission contest that I came in touch with several years ago. Now, obviously that led to, last year creating the commissioner's playbook. It's basically a guide to help elevate fantasy football leagues, help people, create the fantasy football league of their dreams. And quick plug, Footballguys has created the Home League show. This is a really special show. Joey Wright and I get to host this great show where we talk about all things fantasy football leagues, every component, every area of the game that we can influence as a commissioner, we touch on. And it's kind of a spin-off from the commissioner's playbook, and it's been a ton of fun launching that show. And so if you're interested, definitely check that out. Obviously, we want to share ideas and provide some inspiration for people that want to make their fantasy football leagues special. And when it comes to dream leagues, we're talking about them right here. There's so many great commissioners out there putting in the work, truly impacting the lives of their league mates. We've seen it. All the submissions for this contest, it's been truly special. Just like last year, so many great stories. I wish I could tell them all. And I'd say the Home League show kind of gives us a chance to share some more stories in depth. But really appreciate everyone out there submitting, their commissioners, believing truly that their commissioners deserve this award, and they do. They truly do. It's one of those things where the unfortunate part about this is we're naming one commissioner as Commissioner of the Year. But the truth is, so many are deserving, and every league member that would die for their league, for their commissioner. I hear you. I see you. I think that I truly commend your passion for your commissioner. And unfortunately, there are going to be some disappointment. There's going to be some disappointment here for some people out there that are truly deserving, and I feel bad for that. That's why we have a panel of judges, so I don't have to make that choice. Our panel of judges is outstanding. We did this last year. Looking back, 2024, Commish of the Year, Papastaskiel. Ask Alex Papastaskiel, truly a legend. Some of the coolest stuff I've ever heard in the fantasy community coming out of that league that the Papastaskiel created. It was exciting and fun to hear more about them, to learn more about their league and everything. But It's time for 2025, and the Commissioner of the Year 2025 is truly outstanding. I couldn't be more excited to announce the 2025 Commissioner of the Year. The prize package, incredible. We got a blazer, Commissioner of the Year blazer, commemorative shirt, an invite to ScottFish Bowl 16, and all the glory in the world. We also have some great hardware, a custom Commissioner of the Year championship belt, Commish chain, a bling ring, and again, all that glory. You can never be this award can never be taken away. Commissioner of the Year, it's something that I'm super proud to present. Now, the panel of judges couldn't be more spectacular. Same as last year, Kendall Valenzuela is back from Matthew Berry's Fantasy Life. JJ Zachariason, founder of Late Round Fantasy. John Bosch from Fantasy Cares. Joey Wright, community ambassador at Footballguys. Ryan McDowell, legendary fantasy commissioner from DLF. And ScottFish, the founder of the ScottFish Bowl and the incredible charity Fantasy Cares. These judges provide so much intelligence and awareness of what it takes to be a fantasy football commissioner, and a great fantasy football commissioner at that. They provide such a wide spectrum of talent and perspective. I'm truly thankful for their contributions. And again, I'm so thankful that they're making this decision and not me, because again, there's so many deserving commissioners out there, and every single nomination that was presented by a league member that's passionate about their commissioner is truly appreciated. And you're right, your commissioners are spectacular, no doubt about it. For those league members or the commissioners that don't get named Commissioner of the Year, truly respect all your efforts and participation in this process and in this contest. Your work has not been unseen. It's incredible what you've done. I truly appreciate you. And now it's time to announce the Commish of the Year, the finalists. We're going to start at number 4. We're going to work our way down to number 1, the 2025 Commish of the Year. At number 4, incredible human, Jason Strong, Jay the Plug. This guy is such an incredible commissioner. The nominations were outstanding. A lot of passion behind those that nominated him. And if you know Jay the Plug, you've heard of Jay the Plug or seen any of his work on social media, this guy is talented beyond compare. He makes a lot of incredible custom shoes. Certainly something I'd recommend checking out. He's had some contributions in this fantasy space, done some really cool things, and it was awesome to see his name get nominated here. Jay is known for exemplifying commissioner excellence through consistency, selflessness, and community building. He's built a league that has sustained multiple people leaving the job. He's kept people together, staying connected. His strengths lie not in flashy gimmicks alone, but in sustained leadership, trust, and the ability to make every member feel invested year after year. These league members, they don't want to leave the league. They want to stay in this league because of Jason Strong. Key differentiator for him. He doesn't just run a league. He keeps people together. Jay the Plug, check out the Instagram. What a stud. What a superstar in the fantasy community. Honored to have him in this contest, nominated. So hats off to everybody involved in nominating Jason Strong. At number 3, it's Jesse Rojas, a commissioner that commissions multiple leagues. He exemplifies Commissioner of the Year characteristics through exceptional communication and availability, creative engagement via weekly podcasts and events, strong ethical leadership and unbiased decision-making, genuine care for league members at all experience levels. His league mates describe him as someone who cares more than anything about running a great league, setting a standard others try to emulate. Jesse's impact is not measured just in innovation, but in trust, loyalty, and enjoyment. Core pillars of elite commissioning. Hats off to Jesse Rojas. At number 2, it's Alec Martin. This commissioner of all commissioners is deserving of this award. This guy, he puts in the work, 11 plus years, 9 years commissioning. He manages 3 leagues. He's got an additional league as a co-commissioner, 6 active test leagues, 60 total participants across these leagues. Alec Martin is a deeply committed and innovative fantasy football commissioner who views fantasy football as both an escape from everyday life and a platform for building lasting community. Over 9 years as a commissioner, Alec has dedicated himself to creating immersive NFL-style fantasy environments that emphasize realism, strategy, fairness, and long-term engagement. His leagues are intentionally designed to feel less like casual fantasy leagues and more like the full NFL simulation, where managers operate as true general managers and head coaches. This is a guy that believes in league vision and culture. He sustains long-term engagement with anti-tanking measures, strategic depth, without sacrificing fairness, transparency, collaboration, and shared governance. These are things that he believes in for these fantasy football leagues. And with that comes, recognition of league mates, legacy from these league members, and storytelling for every manager involved. This is a truly special and incredible commissioner. It's pretty amazing to see these nominations roll in and all the things he does for his league. He's got, he's basically recognized by his league mates for pushing the boundaries of what fantasy football can be while ensuring the innovation enhances gameplay rather than complicate it. In scoring, he's got fully unlocked offensive scoring. League DNA includes IDP, Superflex, tight end premium, points per first down, return yards, points per carry, large rosters, 35 to 40 players to mirror real NFL depth. It's truly a fantasy experience when you're in one of these leagues. He's got a timeout system, limited use in-season substitutions, essentially inspired by best ball. Challenge the call system, which is a risk-reward referee challenge reviewed by neutral voters. His fab gambling, weekly fab wagering between opponents, gambit trades, one-time high-risk pirate-style player challenges, conditional and contemporary draft picks, performance-based draft picks that have escalation notes, cross-format draft trading, rookie redraft, conditional picks, all tradable. It's pretty wild. And again, truly an incredible fantasy football commissioner. Formats include 16-team dynasties with 40-man rosters, 14-team rookie keeper drafts, 12 to 16-team redrafts. It's pretty amazing. Each format blends dynasty, redraft, keeper, and best ball elements into hybrid systems rarely seen in standard fantasy football leagues. This guy dedicates, 6 to 8 hours at a time creating ESPN-style weekly power rankings, which detailed team rankings, breakdowns. He's got personalized team profiles, tracking strengths, weaknesses, and trends. A custom Discord-based record-keeping system the Sleeper does not have. League-specific podcasts, live streams, and post-game discussions. Alec Martin is truly what this contest is about, and truly deserving of being named, Commish of the Year. Unfortunately, this time he's number 2, after the judging panel reviewed. But that, nothing should be taken away from Alec Martin. He is truly incredible. So much was provided in these nominations, links and images, and it's truly incredible what Alec Martin has done. He's relentless when it comes to innovation, and he's grounded in fairness. He uses exceptional time investments and really runs these leagues with professionalism. He's got empathy. He does it all. A deep love for both fantasy football and the people who play it. Nominations are unusually unanimous in tone and message, describing his leagues as the best they've experienced. And Alec, as a commissioner who consistently gives more than he takes. His excellence is not situational. It is sustained, intentional, and community-driven. Alec Martin, a true icon for fantasy football commissioners, definitely someone that people should look up to and admire and follow along, because what he's putting together is truly amazing. And after naming some of these finalists, it's truly my honor to reach Commissioner of the Year. It's something that again, I think this award is really special. It's special to me. And I know that people out there really value what it means to them and how it reflects on their leagues and their league members and all that. Alec Martin, perfect example of someone who gets it. And our Commissioner of the Year, hats off. This guy is spectacular as it gets. It is my honor to name Victor Rodriguez, the franchise, as the 2025 Fantasy Football Limited Commish of the year. Commissioner of the Winkenbach Fantasy Football Union League. This guy does it all, and he's done it with passion for years and years. He's the founder and commissioner of the Winkenbach Fantasy Football Union League. He's got 12 teams, been active since 2013. The league is made up of high school friends, military connections, coworkers, long-term relationships. It's what it's all about, and Victor truly gets it. He uses YouTube videos, Facebook videos and clips and podcast video content to make this league truly special and make the league experience fun for the league members. He carries it, and it's pretty special to see. He's got such a vision for this league. He's built a league centered around immersion, realism, and year-round fantasy football engagement. It's a lifestyle, this fantasy football league, and it's inspired by elite level commissioning standards. He's intentional. He's purposeful when it comes to how he models this league after professional sports operations, aiming to make every participant feel like a part of a living franchise rather than a casual fantasy football league. League members consistently describe Victor as the heart and soul of the league, crediting him with sustaining its competitiveness, camaraderie, and longevity for more than 10 years. Victor puts in a ton of effort. Weekly commissioner bets where he puts himself on the line, facing opponents, putting up bets, whether it's Thanksgiving photo shoots, rap videos, apple bobbing contests, onion bobbing contests, public ads, NFL combine style events. He does it all through these weekly commissioner bets. He does championship week media night, just like the NFL would during that championship week. He hypes this thing up. He makes it exciting. So creating a media event around the championship is pretty special. And the way that they incorporate family and kid involvement in this league is truly special. Victor, as a leader, definitely incorporates children into predictions and punishments to broaden the engagement of the league and the family members involved. The season-long challenges and competition designed to keep an entire league involved week to week is what Victor is all about. And then public-facing content, again, via Facebook and YouTube. They sent so many links in to share with the judging panel. And obviously, it made an impact because Victor truly has love and passion for this fantasy football league and the fantasy football experience as a whole. Obviously, the engagement that he puts in and creates, it's designed to solve the commissioner's hardest problem, which is sustained weekly engagement. He does it. He drives it. He carries it. And it's pretty incredible. Victor Rodriguez exemplifies elite commissioner dedication through scale, longevity, and creativity. His defining strengths are depth of effort, historical continuity, and relentless engagement sustained over more than a decade. He keeps track of hundreds and hundreds and hundreds, thousands of metrics for the league. He really knows every single statistic involved in this league and compares it throughout the experience, throughout the league experience, throughout the season, brings these nuggets to his league. It's pretty incredible. Obviously, Victor doesn't just run a league. He architects an ecosystem, and it's my pleasure and a privilege to say, Victor Rodriguez, you are the commish of the year. Hats off to you, buddy. Hats off to everybody involved, all your league members that nominated you, and everyone out there nominating their commissioner. It's been truly fun, again, seeing this contest through. This passion for fantasy football commissioning is really special. I love to see it. And I think there's so many places we can go with all this. The more we spread the love of the game, the fun ideas that make leagues better, the more leagues are going to pick up on these ideas, implement them into their leagues, and make their leagues better. And with good fantasy football leagues, with fun fantasy football leagues, this world will be more connected. We want connection. There's a time in this world where we need people to be connected. We want to be connected with others, and it's difficult. It's challenging. But through great fantasy football leagues, we can truly make an impact. And there's so many great things a fantasy football league can do outwardly facing to help, inspire others to be great, to provide charitable efforts, to impact your communities. This is something that we can certainly do as commissioners in fantasy football leagues. Once again, congratulations, Victor. Congratulations, everybody. Thank you to the judging panel. This has been so much fun. And now's a great time to start planning for next season. The fantasy football season in 2026 is just around the corner. Tune into the Home League show, find ideas. Let's figure out ways we can celebrate this great game, elevate the experience the league members have, and make fantasy football as great as it can be.
Thank you for listening to the Fantasy Football Unlimited podcast. Until next time, be sure to follow and subscribe to all of FFU's social media accounts for daily content.